Hey, what's going on, my little TisaTellss? Well, listen, if your name is Jonathan Majors, all I gotta say is, baby, it is over. It is a wrap. And you know what? Good riddance. You guys, what am I talking about? If you guys don't know, a couple of weeks ago, a bunch of news came out about an altercation between Jonathan Majors and his girlfriend. Now, listen, I'll be the first to admit, I thought it was all cap. The girl recanted her statement. You know, people were like, believe all victims. I'm like, but where are the victims? Jonathan Majors said they had all this evidence. I was waiting for it to come out. The girl recanted her statement. Then this random tweet on Twitter came up saying, yeah, well, if you know what I know, there's lots more people. This person was anonymous. There was no way to verify it. I said, okay, so where is this going? Well, baby, it seems like, oh, I almost forgot the best part. He got dropped by his agents, by the talent agent, and then he got dropped from his next 3 or 4 movies. Now, I'm not going to lie. When that happened, I was like, it looks like those tweets might not have been random gossip, but was the canary in the gold mine, baby. Variety magazine just came out and said that Jonathan Major has a bunch of new victims. They are all cooperating with the DA. And the reason why everybody dropped him all at once, I mean, his whole life is done, ruined, whatever, right? The reason everybody dropped him all at once is because Variety magazine did a takedown piece. Can you even call it a takedown piece where everything in there is true? They did an investigative piece and contacted everybody that works with Jonathan Majors for their comment, and that's how they knew it was coming, and that's why they dropped him. You guys, let's get into this article because, it is juicy. I do also want to say this, right? Now that we know everything that's said is true and more details has come out, I take back everything I said. Jonathan Majors is a sociopath. How do you have all this fame and fortune and the world in front of you? You are about to blow up. And you literally choke somebody till they weren't even, to the point of you thought that you deleted them in front of a cab driver on a regular Tuesday night in New York City. And then when she comes to, there's nothing. You're just like, yeah, leave the keys, goodbye. How is that possible? And this girl, now that we know that why the DA is pressing, this girl was still trying to cover for him and lie for him. Listen, I'm not blaming her because clearly she is an abused bunny. But to me, it seems so fantastical. I really feel bad for the victims. I feel bad for her. I feel bad for everybody, just not Jonathan Majors, because baby, if you're doing this with a little bit of fame, you are not a Jamie Foxx. You are not a Will Smith. You are not a Tom Cruise. You are not a Brad Pitt, right? We know from the face he's not a Brad Pitt. Okay, fine. I'll be serious. We know from the face he ain't a Jamie Foxx, Will Smith, Brad Pitt, or a Tom Cruise. From that face, that babe. Literally, that's what I want to know. When this read, I said, we're going to get really serious and get to the article. But when this first came out, I said, oh my God, he's a monster. But in the corner of my head, I was like, oh, good. Now, can y'all on Twitter stop pretending like he's a sex symbol? Because please, maybe from the neck down, and that's a big maybe, but from the neck up, please, just stop. Anyway, y'all, let's get into this mess. But back to my point, right? Get back in the serious track. The fact that people were literally trying to be like, the fact that he thought that he had that much power and pull. Don't get me wrong. Harvey Weinstein's done just as bad. Who else? Charlie Sheen. All these people have done just as bad. But again, and I want to say, just because everybody's stealing doesn't mean that you're not going to jail if you don't get caught. To me, that is not a defense to keep a predator on the street. Well, other people do it. Okay, well, you're the one that got caught. So when the others get caught, they'll go to jail too. Please see Harvey Weinstein. And since you got caught, we're going to send you too. Because you have all this in front of you. You literally took someone to the point of you were trying to delete that girl. You were trying to delete that girl and then had the arrogance after to have maybe even having empathy would have been worse. I don't know. It's just like you are a monster and you can't be in the general population. You doing all this with all that to lose? And honestly, if I was that girl, Because I finally read the text messages. If I was that girl, I would be in witness protection or something. He is not sane. He did that to you just because you asked, who are you talking to? And you lied for him and stuff. Who knows what he'll do now that he lost everything? I hope they have her in counseling and they're trying to get her to wake up, because baby, I don't know. Those type of movies don't end well. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's get into this Variety interview. We're going to go into this mess real time because I just got it, okay? Now, his lawyer, first of all, you know whose lawyer he hired? If you guys are into reality TV, he hired Jen Shah's lawyer from The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. If you guys don't know who that is, she is the star of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. It's a Bravo reality show, or she was, because her lawyer did the worst job of defense, wasted her time and money, and got her in jail. At this point, I'm beginning to think Jen Shah's lawyer works for the feds as the ops. How the heck? Defended a bunch of other people that all got found guilty. I don't know what she says to people to make them think that she's going to get them off, but all I would say is, have you checked her record? Anyway, they're saying Jonathan Majors is innocent, has not abused anyone. We provided irrefutable evidence to the district attorney that the charges are false. We are confident that he will be fully exonerated. Priya said in that statement, however, he's gotten dropped from every project, current and future, dropped by his talent. He's done. Anyway, right? Chaubrey's husband, Andrew Burke, is serving as Major's crisis publicist. Ooh, they are fleecing him. So the husband and wife, one's defending him, and the husband is working as his PR crisis person. Man, John, listen, he is an idiot. He deserves whatever he's going to get. But if you should have called Olivia Pope. I know she's made up, but so is Andrew being a good PR person. Anyway, what part do you want to start at? So anyway, the girlfriend's text. She said in a text exchange, which has not been independently verified, the girlfriend wrote, "I told them it was my fault for trying to grab your phone." She stressed that she told police this was not an attack. The woman allegedly wrote, "Please let me know you're okay when you get this. They assured me that you won't get charged. They said they had to arrest you as protocol when they saw the injuries on me, and they knew we had a fight. I was so angry that they did, and I'm sorry you're in this position. We'll make sure nothing happens to you. I love you." Then she wrote, "I know you're the best team and there's nothing to worry about. I just want you to know that I'm doing all I can on my end. I also said to tell the judge to know that the origin of the 911 call had to do with me from collapsing and passing out, and your worry as my partner due to our communication prior." Now, literally, these were released. The thing is, it had the opposite effect, because they do look like the text from an abused woman looking at it this way. But to be fair, it could also look at who knows, and she's apologizing, and she didn't actually say he did anything. She just said that there was some type of fight or altercation. And let's be real, Marvel and everybody else, the way they play around with horrible people, that was enough to establish reasonable doubt. Which gets back to why they did not give him reasonable doubt and why they are moving forward. This is crazy. Let's look about the William Morris agency, right? Who's representing Majors. They said the agency created a so-called client advisory committee, which makes a recommendation on whether or not to drop a client accused of impropriety. The committee is 20 staffers, split evenly along gender lines and from a cross-section of divisions. It evaluates the client's viability amid accusations and considers such factors as if the client had been charged criminally or is facing a civil lawsuit. What's more, they previously dropped clients like Brett Ratner, Bryan Singer, and Ari Hammer. Remember Ari Hammer? Ari Hammer, that's the dude. I think he was from Mad Men. No, where was he from? But that's the actor that literally was he was an artist and cannibal. I'm not joking. Well, Ari Hammer said, "Baby, you look like a snack." He was not speaking in hyperbole. He really meant you look like a snack. Anyway, right? But the victims that we were all asking for have come forward. Ask and you shall be received, which is actually sad because in my heart of hearts, I really wish this was all cap, not to save Jonathan Majors, but to the fact that people are taking glee. See, other people were abused. No, I didn't want anybody to be abused. I wanted this to all be a figment of imagination where there is no like coming back from. You know what I'm saying? Again, they are coming forward. They are going to testify for the DEA. The Manhattan DA, and they are going to do everything they can to bury him in the jail. You guys, how do you feel about this? He's one of Hollywood's most promising stars with a series of high-profile and lucrative roles on the horizon, which makes him seem batshit crazy that you would throw this all away to assault a woman. And on top of that, now that we know the assault most likely happened, that girl, I don't know how tall or big that girl is. I know he trained as a professional boxer, and he is huge. How did you do this to a woman or anyone for that matter? Anyway, they said his future with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he's poised to play Kang in the Avengers. He's still attached to star in that film, which is slated to be released on May 2nd, 2025. And he's posed for a $20 million payday, including back-end compensation. He also signed to star in the Avengers Secret Wars, which was slated to debut in 2026. Now, Disney hasn't dropped them completely. They're monitoring the fast-moving situation. But honestly, they have time to move deliberately because the trial's going to come up before filming starts. Now, there is a chance, just to play devil's advocate, that he gets off with everything. But you guys, this is a mess. He already shot the second season of the Disney series Loki, which is expected to launch in June of 2023. But we said, and this is what I mean about maybe they know something we don't. I'm talking about his talent agency and all this other stuff. Because you see, like with Disney's like, well, hold on, let's see what else, because they're trying to hold on to the very end. But you guys, he's stepping down from the board of the Gotham Film and the Media Institute, and his work with Sidney Poitier Initiative, which was created to support emerging filmmakers. On Wednesday afternoon, Executive Director Jeffrey Sharp sent a note to the Gotham board alerting them of the move. This is a mess. He's done for. Wow, he just got dropped from about 8. He was also poised to play NBA bad boy Dennis Rodman in the Lionsgate film 48 Hours in Vegas. Other projects that hang in the balance include Spike Lee's The Understudy for Amazon. And a source at the studio says John Majors is still attached to star and produce alongside Will Smith, but that project hasn't moved forward since they announced in early March. Let me tell y'all something. There is no way that Will Smith is going to do a project with this man until this whole thing is settled. Again, I get it. Some stuff that already started filming, they're waiting to see how the court case goes to see if they can at least release it. But as far as like any future roles, Disney is holding on. But the talent agency and everybody that could afford to move away quickly has moved away quickly. And everybody that's still in bed with them, at least financially, is doing what they can to wrap things up now. Y'all listen. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.